Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can already see on the screen. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2021, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. This is your Monday Club video. We're going to look back at Saturday's ball draw at home to bottom of the table Wycombe Wanderers, and we're going to look ahead to tomorrow night's difficult away test, in my opinion, against Luton Town at Kenilworth Road. But as always, let's wind it back to Saturday and start with the starting 11 that Gary Rowett picked to start the match. I know I keep saying it, but I will keep saying it because I actually can't believe just how random football is at the minute. When we was 10 games without a win, when we couldn't win at home, when we was in freefall, I was moaning like mad. Now we've turned it around. We're 8 games unbeaten. 3 of those last games we've won 2 and probably should have won against Saturday. And more of you seem to be moaning now than you was then, even though it seems like we're safe, even though we've got new recruits in that have definitely improved us. So, yeah, I don't know. Listen, and I was speaking to my mate this morning, and we was having a walk around Danson Park. And I said to him, you know, about Marlon Romeo, I thought he had a good game. And he said, well, no, I didn't. And I know others that didn't. And we had a little chat, and we said, everyone's trying to really like micro-analyse every individual player. And he said, I don't know why people do it. And I said, well, it's my job. It's a self-appointed job, yes, but it's one that's going well. So we all like to do that, but that's fair enough. I think we need to, at times, forget that a little bit and just look at the bigger picture as a whole. Just look at the whole bigger picture, because the bigger picture is we are moving in the right direction now. And I can see, well, I say light at the end of the tunnel. I say we're safe now, pretty much. Stranger things have happened, of course, but in my opinion now, we're going to be safe. And as I said, when I didn't think it could be saved, when we needed new people through the door, when Rout was being stubborn, when we was 10 games without a win, getting spanked 3 at Bristol City, Huddersfield, amongst others, I thought, you know, that was a real genuine time to fucking have a moan up. However, now I don't think it is a genuine time to have a moan up. And I don't think Saturday was as bad as a lot of people are saying. But I don't know. People think I'm saying this just to try and cause controversy. I promise you I'm not. Let's get into the game. It was Bartkowski in goal, flat back 3. Hutchinson, Evans, Pearce, Marlon Romeo, right wing back, Scott Malone, left wing back, Ben Thompson and Ryan Woods in the centre of midfield, with Jeb Wallace on the right, Mason Bennett on the left, and Matt Smith up front. Whew, okay, so again, I'll say it. I've seen worse performances from us this season. And at home, I've seen us create less chances. I watched the highlights back again this morning. And I've seen worse teams come to town than Wycombe. Most recently, Sheffield Wednesday in the second half were absolutely atrocious. Birmingham for 90 minutes were absolutely atrocious. I thought Wycombe had a good goalkeeper. I think they had a good centre forward. I thought it was organised. They came for a draw. Of course they did. I don't know why I'm saying of course they did, because they're a long way off and they need to make points up quickly. But maybe Gareth Ainsworth's hedging his bets with his beautiful flowing mullet. Yeah, listen, I didn't think it was that bad. I've got to tell you, we are 8 games unbeaten. And yes, teams are going to come like Wycombe and sit. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Gary Rowett's never going to set up to win games. Now, rightly or wrongly, we're Millwall Football Club. We can't always set up to win games. There is, of course, as people like to remind us, and a lot of you like to say, we're forever the underdog in this division. Small budget, small club. And we have no right to be competing. If you want to look at it from a financial basis, okay, I understand that. But when we play Wycombe, bottom of the league, we've got to go for it. And to set up 5 at the back, again, was a mistake from me. I'm not getting frustrated with it. One, because I've stopped panicking. No, I am panicking because I thought we was going to lose our job in the Championship. I don't think we're going to do that now. I think we're safe. I think we've turned the corner. I think we're moving in the right direction. So I'm not panicking as much. And I understand Gary Rowett's theories as a manager. And by that, I mean he's a defensive-minded manager. He never goes out to win a football match. Never, ever. Never has, never will. Not for us. Not managing Stoke, Burton or anyone else. He will always be, how can we get something from this game? Maybe nick something on the break, or how can we nullify the opposition? That's his ethos and his way of thinking. There's a better word, I can't think what it is, but that is his whole strategy. That's his beliefs as a manager. So a lot of you were pissed off we set up 5 at the back. It wasn't ideal. I want to set up 5 at the back. Definitely not. You don't need to. I mean, their centre forward was good and he caused problems. But you don't need 3 centre-halves marking him, especially with Woods waddling around in the back 3 as well. You just don't need it. So we should have gone more adventurous, more attacking. However, bear in mind, we do have injuries. On the flip side of that, I nearly went to say 2 things at once. We've got people there that he doesn't mind playing, like Bavarsson. Doesn't really seem like he wants to play Bradshaw so much. So Hore's out injured. So a few people are calling for Mason Bennett to go up top. that could be an option. But let's get into the game. Again, it's scrappy. The Den pitch is absolutely shot to bits. Not as bad as Newport's pitch. I haven't seen that photo doing the rounds. That's absolutely disgrace to football. But keeping with us and keeping with our game. We started the game well. I thought, again, on the front foot, like we was expected to be. High intensity, high pressing. The ball spent a lot of time in the air. But once it's settled, again, I'll look back to games like Huddersfield at home where we didn't have a shot on target. We had the chances. Their goalkeeper just performed very, very well. And once we got to grips with the game, I thought, again, we attacked with pace. I thought we actually had end product, and that's why their goalkeeper, Pete said their goalkeeper's not got dirty. I completely disagree. I think their goalkeeper had a very good game. The first thing their goalkeeper has to do is make a very good double save, in my opinion. Marlon Romeo comes flying down the right wing, cuts in on his left foot, and again, I say they had a good game because we've seen him do that a lot lately and completely miss the shot or whatever. It's a nice shot on target. Goalkeeper saves it under pressure from Matt Smith. Ball comes back to Jed and he should score. Somehow, he manages to shoot it at the goalkeeper, who manages to get his hand up whilst on the floor, whilst again under the attention and impaired vision of Matt Smith, and he manages to push it over the bar for a corner. The play was pulled back as Matt Smith was offside interfering with play, but the keeper didn't know that. And as again, neither did Jed, neither did Romeo, and again, we was unlucky and it was a good bit of goalkeeping. So I'm looking at that already thinking, that's more shots on target we had in the whole game against Huddersfield and other teams this season. Sometimes during the live streams, I sat there for 70, 80 minutes and gone, we haven't even had a shot on target yet. So that was the first bit of early action for their goalkeeper. And then we come again down the wing. It makes its way to Scott Malone. Again, it started with Marlon Romeo. Scott Malone hangs one up. Matt Smith again. When we start him, he's just under so much pressure, isn't he, from an attention. Now, if they know he's starting, if he comes off the bench, they can't really cater for that, but they can cater if they know Matt Smith's starting, and he just gets doubled up on. It's very, very difficult for him. And again, we wanted him to start, and now he's starting. People say they don't want him to start. I'll get onto that a bit later about our options up front, but I didn't think, on reflection, watching the highlights again, he did too bad. From this cross from Scott Malone, he heads the ball, and it dips on to the roof of the net. And that was it pretty much for the first half. They had one shot straight at Bolkowski, which again, if you want to watch the highlights, Woods is ball watching, just drifts along, watching someone else's man, gets caught out. And I just think, honestly, I think it's getting really embarrassing that the Woods keeps playing. And I think it's really embarrassing that I keep mentioning it. Because I keep saying to myself every week, don't mention it. Looks like you're deliberately digging him out. And I am deliberately digging him out because I think he's having an absolute jolly up. Complete jolly up. I don't think he gives a fuck. And do you know when I think that those who haven't turned on him yet will turn on him? When he goes back to Stoke in the summer, we don't sign him. He ends up going somewhere else. And then that's when everyone will go, you were shit anyway, Woods, you didn't do fuck all. He does 0 in a game. Nothing. Someone sent me a stat yesterday on Instagram, the games he's played for us this season and last, not one goal, not one assist. So what is, I asked the question, what is he doing in the 90 minutes? Anyway, let's get off Woods. Let's get into the second half. So the second half, they come out. They must have had half a bollocking off Row at half time because they come out absolutely full of beans. An early chance. Sean Hutchinson throws it down the line. Again, Matt Smith under pressure, gets a good header on it. It's a little bit of a 50p head header and it makes his way to Mason Bennett, who's completely unmarked. Back to goal, but plenty of space he may not have known about. Regardless of that, he makes a good flick on to Scott Malone. In comes Malone. It's a great strike. It's a great save for the keeper. And I'll say great save because as a keeper, if a shot's coming up you at pace and quite direct, you ain't got to get on that to flip it over the bar. It looks like a fantastic save. But it was moving in the air. He had to adjust his body. And it's a fucking absolute rocket from Malone. It goes at an absolute rate of knots. And it's a fantastic save from their goalkeeper. After that, again, we huffed and puffed and Wycombe had their only chance in the game, which was Fred Onyedinma getting into the box, gets the wrong side of Alex Pearce. At first, I said no penalty. I've watched it back today, penalty. He sort of gets the wrong side of Fred, or Fred's trying to get, knocks the ball round him, and trying to get onto his own ball, and Pearce is holding him off, fair enough. But if you look at Pearce's run, his run isn't angling anywhere towards the ball. He's just coming across and just holding off Fred, and it should have been a penalty. But like I said, I honestly don't feel a lot's changed. And maybe some of you thought it had with the Sheffield Wednesday win, with the Birmingham win. And maybe you thought I was being crazy again when I said not a lot's changed from those 2 wins to the previous few matches. And I think that got backed up again the weekend as we didn't play that well. But it's just a little bit of luck here and there. And we got a little bit of luck against Sheffield Wednesday, among with some brilliance as well from Scott Malone and some good intensity from the players to follow up on the goals we scored. So, a little bit of luck here and there. That could have been, we should have been a penalty to Wycombe. Wasn't given. And again, we see the game out at 0-0. Bavarsson comes, lots of subs are made. Billy Mitchell came on. It took him time to get into the game. But once he did, I feel, the ball's gone off for a throw on. and he's sprinting to try and get it back. He's one of the few that seem to have a little bit of urgency to actually want to make things happen. Really to want to make things happen in the final third. Fergie come on, and again, not Fergie's biggest fan. I love Malone going forward, but I don't think Malone can defend too well, and I'll be tempted to play Malone where Bennett started the game, on the left side of that front three, because he's brilliant going forward. Fergie can help Matt Smith. And Fergie puts nice crosses in for Matt Smith, but I think Smith had gone off by this point. Bradshaw come on, and again, not a lot of us like Bavarsson. We've all called for Smith. Now he's been starting, we're not happy with it. Zahore's injured, so now I'm guilty of this as well. Bradshaw, should be Bradshaw, who's done well when he's come on recently. And as I said, I think he gets unfair press. I thought he was horrendous, Bradshaw, when he came on. And the best striker of the day for us was Bavarsson when he came on. It was, honestly, he held the ball up well at points. He gets a header on target late on from a Fergie cross. And he also manages to turn well in the box and puts the ball across the box on his left foot, trickling across the 6-yard box. I don't know where people following him was. Bradshaw should have been one of them flying in, but no one committed. And the game ends 0-0. And again, it's 8 games unbeaten. You're not going to win every single game. Would people have found it more acceptable if we had drawn with Sheffield Wednesday and beat Wycombe? It makes no difference. The points equal up and tally to the same. So for me, I predicted a 1-1. It was 0-0, so there was no shock to me. It was a draw. I don't think it's the worst performance in the world, honestly. I think we've done worse this season. Okay, so let's leave that one there and agree to disagree if you don't agree with me, or just agree that I'm right. We move on to Tuesday's game. Tomorrow, we face Luton Town at Kenilworth Road. They are managed, of course, by Nathan Jones. They currently sit 16th in the table, 5 places and 5 points below us. So although we've improved, although we're getting a little bit further towards where we need to be, it's still very, very tight at the top and at the bottom. And as no fans is proving this year, Huddersfield beating Swansea for 1, Coventry beating Brentford for 2. Anyone can beat anyone in this division. Luton have won only 1 of their last 5 league games, drawing 1 and losing 3. They've lost their last 2, conceding 5, and last time out was away at the Britannia Stadium against Stoke, where they lost by 3 goals to 0. So they'll be looking to put things right at home at Kenilworth Road tomorrow night. So this is your pre-match prediction, and here we go. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Millwall win. I think it's going to be, I thought it was going to be 0-0 or 1-1, but I can't bring myself to say those words. So I'm going for a 2-1 Millwall win. Again, on the striker situation, I'll be tempted to play 2 up top and get Bradshaw in off Smith. Think that could be beneficial, but the gaffer won't play 4-4-2, in which case Tom Bradshaw scored there last season, and of course was Neil Harris's last game in charge, and I'll be tempted to start with a Bradshaw again. So that's your lot for this Monday Club. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please be sure to check out the fans' score predictions from the other boys at Lions TV that's gone out in and around this video. And if you think you know what the score's going to be, do not be shy to put it in the comments below. All that's left for me to say is I will see you tomorrow, 30 minutes before kickoff. Not sure what time that is. Should have looked that up. But I'll be live streaming once again from Lions TV Towers, looking for that ever elusive 1,000 concurrent viewers during a live stream. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.